Thank you for joining this webinar. Now, I won't waste your time, so I'll go right away to showing you how you can use a new and innovative car buying system called Dealer Direct to save millions on used and non-accidented quality cars from China. And again, you're going to be able to do this without being scammed by those who are posing now as car specialists all over the internet just because they traveled there once to China. I was in an Uber in Lagos a few days ago, and I got talking to the Uber driver who was driving a Chinese electric car. Now, analyzing the car, I knew that car could be delivered to Nigeria for less than 12 million naira because this is what we do. And the driver told me he was doing a hire purchase arrangement where he was going to be paying about 30 million over 2 to 3 years to become the owner of the car. So what was bought for less than 12 million, he's going to be paying about 30 million, And again, this is possible because the people doing this, they see very cheap cars from China, A similar Toyota will go for about 30 million coming from the US, So again, this is a huge opportunity for you investors to get cars from China. Now, what this tells us is that the low cost of cars in China can benefit you as an individual, allowing you to get a car at up to 50% less what you would have paid getting it from the USA. Now, the low cost of cars from China will also allow those of you that want to go into business, like those using it for Uber, to make good profit. So, if you want to know how to save up to 50% on your next car purchase, you must know what the Dealer Direct system is, and that I will explain in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Now, this method is totally different from what anyone else is doing from China. And we have used a similar system successfully for years to ship hundreds of cars from the USA and are now moving using that same model to China. Now, the question is, what is Dealer Direct? Number one, it's a system that saves you millions on any used car you are buying from China. Now, number two, this system applies to Chinese brands, such as BYD, Chery, as well as very popular brands such as Toyota, Honda, Lexus, Mercedes, and many more. A Toyota is a Toyota anyway, so you can use it very well. Now, number three, you are assured that using the Dealer Direct system, that you are getting quality and non-accidented cars. That is one of our key promises. Number four, all Dealer Direct cars will come with a 6-month warranty, giving you the assurance that it is in top form. Number five, you get full insurance coverage on the cost and shipping. So anything happens, you are covered by one of the biggest insurance providers in Nigeria. And number six, you can access the Dealer Direct program from over 30 locations we have all over Nigeria. Most importantly, you won't be scammed by the numerous so-called content creators who now pose as China car specialists. A lot of families are struggling, and even saving just 1 million on a car will make a huge impact to many Nigerian families. You see, businesses are even struggling more. The last time I saw, it was costing about 60 million to buy a new Corolla. And now it gives me the peace that the Dealer Direct system we are releasing will work even better for businesses, who in most cases spend hundreds of millions to buy cars for the organization. You see, the Dealer Direct system is the difference between a company being able to afford the right car for their employees or wasting millions on deals that makes no sense. Now, for you to understand what I'm talking about, let's do an actual comparison of purchase costs between China and the USA, where most people used to buy cars before. A 2018 Toyota Highlander is about $10,000 cheaper in China than in the US. And again, I'm comparing apples to apples. They have the same mileage as well as both being in top condition. A 2019 RAV4, about 37,000 miles, top form goes for about $23,000 in the USA. Same car is about $13,000 in China. Now, let's get it clear. These are top quality, non-accidental cars from these two countries. When you enter any of them, you won't even know that they have been used. They look like brand new. A 2023 Toyota Corolla, which is the car we wanted to lease, is about $9,500 in China. The same goes for almost $19,000 in the USA. Now, before I show you why such differences exist between China and the USA and how you can tap into the Dealer Direct system, let me introduce myself to those of you who may not know me. I run run a company called African Import-Export Solution, and for years I trained SMEs on how to start export business. But our core business has always been logistics. So for cars, we have virtually no incentive to act like a dealer who will add money on top of the car being sold. All we do is to help you buy and ship. Our profit comes from shipping, allowing you to save way more compared to the average dealer who has to pay us to ship and then add millions to make up their profit. That millions that dealers add is what you get to save by using our system. Since 2009, we started our shipping operations. We have shipped, cleared, and delivered not just cars, but heavy duty equipment from the USA, right? And again, the picture you are seeing there goes back as far as 2012, when we were buying some heavy equipment for various companies from the USA. So this is not something we just started. We didn't just start dealing with cars and shipping and all that just because people say the business is good. No. We've been doing it. See, our company is licensed with customs as a direct clearing agent. And again, like I say, we've shipped well over hundreds of cars over the last 17 years or so of us being in operation. Why get cars from China now? Why are cars in China a lot cheaper? A lot of you will be asking that, is this true? Now, the dollar to naira exchange rate has made it way more expensive now to buy cars from the USA. And China has proven to be a very cheaper option, right? Number two, the economy of China has improved very much over the last decade. So millions of Chinese can now afford newer model cars every year, especially with financing. So every year you now have millions of cars being pushed into the used car market from the over 325 million Chinese car owners, right? That's why there's a lot of cars. And again, the quality of most Chinese cars is now as good or better than most American and German cars at way lower prices. So people are looking for these cars as well. And sure, we all see these Chinese cars everywhere, looking very good. Now, most US cars will also come from auctions, and the fees that come with these auctions are ridiculous. You can pay close to $1,000 for a $10,000 car in a US auction. That $10,000 is about 1.4 million right there just for using their auction. We also see that China is aggressively targeting the African market, so they are making processes to ship to Africa cheaper and easier than US, who is tightening grip on Africa. Spare parts also are way cheaper in China, than in the US. So anyone who buys a car from China can get the parts at a lot cheaper, and it makes sense to just buy from China. Most importantly, the lower purchase cost from China means that the overall duty from China is also a lot less. If the duty on a car is 35% and you save $10,000 from China, it means you've already saved $3,500 or close to $5 million on duty alone. And that's why China now makes sense, Now, we are not the first to offer cars from China, but you see, there's a big difference between using an established company like us with over 30 locations nationwide and a person who just sits in front of a rig light and says, send me 30 million and I'll deliver this car to you. You see, many people are now positioning themselves as car experts online, and we need to be careful. You see, many of their cars are not from established dealers who have a name and reputation to protect. They will never tell you the dealer price, but will say, we'll deliver it to you for 30 million. Many of these people you see too advertising cars, they are on simple visitor's visa to China, meaning that they are not allowed to do business while visiting China. They don't have office of their own or their own warehouse in China. So again, you need to be careful sending tens of millions to them. One thing you will also notice is that there are many people posing as dealers from China now, advertising on Facebook. Look, scams are also real. I remember a case of a company that once needed to buy 3 excavators, big machines. We gave them the cost about $175,000 because these are expensive machines. Their CEO, who at the final say was like, they don't want to deal with any Nigerian company, even when they knew we had offices in Nigeria and they could easily hold us accountable if issues occur. So what did they do? They sent $175,000 to a company they found online, and within 48 hours, the company filed for bankruptcy. The money was gone, And so things happened. I've also seen a car that was shipped to a customer, and when they received it, there was no engine inside it. So again, be careful trusting all these adverts you see online. Deal with a company you can go to their office and hold them accountable if anything happens, right? So what is the dealer direct? Again, the dealer direct is the same exact process we have used since 2009 from the USA, and we have used it to ship hundreds of cars, like I said earlier. It's based on transparent pricing to you direct from the dealer. You see, many people do their research online on what they need, and we help them to just find a dealer that has exactly what they need. You know, they or us can negotiate with the dealer, and we just charge a small commission to close the deal. We then pick up the car, ship, clear, and deliver to the customer. So basically, you can find your own dealer, even though we don't recommend this. But if you do, we'll help you to verify if it's genuine, either by visiting or other forms of verification that we can do because we are in China. You know, and that's why we don't recommend this, as these verifications will incur unnecessary charges. You know, but again, if you trust them, you can pay them, and we'll pick up, ship, clear, and deliver to you, since you are paying directly to a dealer that you found. However, we prefer we help you find a dealer, you know, and we'll typically use one of the many dealers that we have already verified as genuine. You know, we visited their offices there in China, seen their car lots, and received confirmation from them that any car they ship is 100% in top quality, right? We will pass your request to them, and they will always have the car we need, because these dealers deal with thousands of cars. Now, when we agree on final pricing, we will send you the invoice to review, and once you are okay and pay, we will pick up, ship, clear, and deliver the car to any of our 30 locations all over Nigeria. Now, you can simply go to that location, inspect it, be sure that it's in top form. If there's any issues such as scratches when we're offloading from the container, or when being driven to our location, we can easily fix this, you know. So again, the question you have now is, how do I order? And again, it's simple. Simply go to www.africanies.com/cars to get started, right? Now, when you get there, you'll be able to fill a simple form to tell us what you need. And once you do that, a car specialist will call you to go over your requirements. Once you agree on the exact car you need, you know, typically we need to agree on the make, the model, the year, and the mileage. We'll email you the invoice within 1 to 5 days after getting the best deal from our dealer network. And once it's paid for, we order the unit and have it shipped to you in about 8 weeks. You know, so again, it's a very simple and transparent process. Again, like I said, we have a solid team to handle all your requests. We've been in business since 2009, over 17 years in this business, with over 30 locations to serve you. So to summarize, this is what you get by using the dealer direct system. Now, again, this is a process we have used, like I said, to ship hundreds of cars to people all over Nigeria since 2009 from the USA. One of the biggest issues most people see, you know, are issues with clearing agents, and you can be rest assured you won't experience such, since we have our own clearing license. We have our own office in China. We have locations all over Nigeria, so we handle the buying, the shipping, the clearing, and the delivery to you, you know. Now, we also have a well-trained and professional team to support you all the time, you know. So whether you need to file an insurance claim, you need to get updates on your car, you are in good hands, you know. And one of the things you need to know is that when Chinese dealers know that you are dealing with a registered business in China, they know you can easily go after them. And trust me, the fraud, because they are dealing with Chinese, is reduced to almost zero. So be rest assured you have no issue. So again, to order, go ahead, sign up at the link www.africanies.com/cars. Again, here is a breakdown of what you are getting. You know, I just want to repeat this again so you know what you are getting. You're going to save millions on top quality used cars from China. So go to the link, you will save millions. These are cars such as Toyota, Honda, Mercedes, and even the Chinese brand such as BYD that a lot of us are now driving. Now, all these cars are top quality, non-accidented, and with 6 months warranty on any car we get through the dealer direct system. You are also fully insured, and the insurance covers your car and shipping if anything happens while we are sending it to you. Like I said, you can go to any of our 30 locations nationwide to place your order, and hence you know who to hold if any issue occurs. We are not just on the internet, we are there physically to serve you. You will definitely save yourself from being scammed by the so many internet car experts who ask you to send money to them. They don't have an office, they don't have anything, you know. So again, be careful, right? So to round up again, go to africanies.com/cars to sign up, and we look forward to to serving you shortly.